Hi, Holly Perkins from Women's Strength Nation. So today I want to talk to you about 3 very specific body positioning techniques that you need to use for every single strength training exercise. So I've really whittled down these 3 tips to help you so that when you go into the gym or work out at home and you're approaching your strength training exercises, you're putting your body into the best position so that you're able to get the most out of the exercises. This is going to do 2 things for you. One, it's going to make sure that you're actually using the muscles that you are intending for each exercise, but secondarily, it's also going to make sure that you avoid injury. So these positioning tips are really valuable so that your body changes and develops the way that it's intended, and that you're not relying on smaller muscle groups to perform your movement. This really helps to make sure that if you're doing a leg exercise that emphasizes your hamstrings and your glutes, that the emphasis is going there. And the upper body part, it makes sure that if you're doing a deltoid exercise, that you're actually putting the work and the load on the proper muscle groups. So here are your 3 tips that you want to remember. Whenever you're doing an exercise that is specifically active for your lower body and legs, what you want to do is you want to set your feet so that your heels are at the width of your shoulder. Then you want to take a look down at your feet and you open your toes so that your left foot is at 11 a.m. and your right foot is at 1 p.m. as if you were standing on a clock. So you look down, and if your toes were directly forward, you just want to open them a little tiny bit. From there, you just want to soften your knees and you will go into your leg exercise. Now this applies for standing leg exercises and sitting. So something like a leg press, it's the same exact foot positioning. If you have knee or hip restrictions, you can even turn your toes open to 10 a.m. on your left and 2 p.m. on your right. Now, if you're performing an exercise that does not directly involve your legs and your lower body, let's say you're setting yourself up for an upper body exercise, you want to position your feet the width of your hips. Toes are mostly forward. You can turn them open if you want a little bit. Knees are soft, and then you're drawing in through your abdomen to stand nice and tall. That is how you need to set your lower body even when you're doing upper body exercises. And then the 3rd tip is how to position your upper body when you're doing any exercise. So this body positioning tip applies to upper body exercises, but you also want to apply this tip even when you're doing a lower body exercise. So if I'm doing a leg press, I climb into the machine, I set my feet just as I told you, and then I set my upper body like this. So what you want to do is you want to bring your shoulders back, which is called retraction. Then you want to press your entire shoulder girdle down towards your hips, away from your ears. And you want to set yourself up like that for every exercise. So your shoulders come back, and then you actively press them down so that you get a lot of length from your ear to your shoulder. And you want to aggressively be setting this position every exercise: ab exercises, leg exercises, back exercises, chest exercises, arm exercises. I cannot stress this body positioning technique enough, because so many of us are holding ourselves in a position where our shoulders are coming forward, whether it's throughout the day, cooking, cleaning, at work. It is so normal for us to round forward, and you want to be bringing those shoulders back so that your chest opens up. You want to activate the muscles between the shoulder blades as if you could pull your shoulder blades together. Then you want to depress them down. That activates the muscles underneath your shoulder blades to anchor them down. And this is one of my best pieces of advice to actively train your core. This is exactly how I get an ab workout whenever I'm doing my deadlift, or if I'm doing a lat pull down, any exercise. By placing your shoulders back and down, you're activating your core. It also sets your shoulder girdle up into the perfect position so that for shoulder exercises, you're hitting that medial deltoid. For chest exercises, you're putting the load on your chest, not on your anterior deltoid. And for back exercises, it's putting the load on your back muscles so that the muscles in the front of your body aren't taking the work. I hope this helps. I would love to hear from you, and I hope that you'll join me tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern on my Facebook channel for Live with Holly. Every Wednesday, I'll be taking your questions. I'm going to be talking more about this topic. I hope to see you there. I would love to hear from you. Chime in below, and I'll see you next time.